Hi, welcome back. Today's focus of the day is understanding stress and trauma. And so I'd like to start first by just really talking about the stress response. And so any individual or communal traumatic experience can result in a stress response. And so stress can be described three ways: positive, tolerable, and toxic. And these descriptions are important because they actually refer to the stress response's effect on the body, not the actual experience or events that were stressful. And so, again, it's not a matter of classifying the type of experience somebody had, but rather the impact of that experience on the body, which is categorized as positive, tolerable, and toxic. And we'll go into that in just a little bit more in just a second. And so, again, as everything as part of CRM, understanding the science behind the different reactions and learning how to read your nervous system can help somebody become more aware of how physical reactions are showing up as a result of the stress response you're having. And again, understanding and learning the wellness skills that can be the antidote to those stress responses are what ultimately brings you back into your resilient zone. And so, want to reinforce again that it is the individual's perception of the event as life-threatening, not somebody else's classification of such. And that is, again, at the heart of why learning how to read your nervous system is so important. And so as we explore the spectrum of the three types of stress, again, positive, tolerable, and toxic, in the positive realm, that is what serves us well. It is what we need to challenge ourselves, to get prepared to grow and learn and do hard things. But what's important about the classification of positive is that it has a mild or moderate response in the body, and that the balance returns quickly, whether that is your heart rate going up and then coming back down, or your blood pressure elevating and coming back down. That regulation occurs quickly when it is a positive stress. Tolerable, your body starts to adapt to this stressor, and this becomes more time limited. And so possibly this could be some sort of large work deliverable or presentation in the future, that you have a period of time, but it's a defined period of time. And so during that time, you might notice short acting changes to how you sleep or your eating habits. But what's important with tolerable is that, again, that balance to your body and that nervous system, with support structures and interventions, comes back with a finite kind of time limited period of time. And then the third is toxic stress. This is the ongoing and relentless response of your body to intense stressors. And when this is happening, then there's a biological response or occurrence called allostasis that occurs. And when it goes on too long, this causes changes in the way that not only our body functions, but how our brain reacts to our nervous system. And this is where we can also start to recognize ongoing or impacts to health. And toxic stress, the way this impacts your body, can also be associated to what we've referred to as shock trauma. That is the too much, too fast impact to our body. Again, reminding that it is the individual perception of how the body reacts, not how we classify it. And so as we go on to the next slide, what the next slide also offers is some of the historical definition. And I say historical, Dr. Francine Shapiro defined two types of trauma. The first is big T, and the second as little t. Big T can include events such as natural disasters, war, sexual assault, child abuse, acts of terrorism. Um, Examples of little t could be things like a dental procedure or a dog bite, routine surgery or a fall or a minor car accident. But what's really important is that uh, little t traumas are labeled as such not because the person experiences a small or little event, because the body, the individual, may actually experience it as a big T event, uh, but may choose to designate it as a little t for better acceptance with society. And therefore, this second categorization has happened. But what we like to make sure we reinforce is that it is the body's reaction. It's not cognitively how we label something. And the impact of a little t can be sparked by multisensory experiences, which we'll explore more with the brain later in the program, whereas big T can be acute or a delayed reaction. In CRM, we have added a definition of trauma, which really comes into the realm of the work of diversity, equity, inclusion, and that is really this idea of a cumulative trauma. This cumulative trauma can continue for years or have a course of waxing and waning of the experience. Things such as microaggressions, homophobia, bullying, living with racism, for example, not knowing if you're accepted by others or if your life could be in danger because of the color of your skin. All of these types of things can have a cascade physical and emotional reaction that you may experience daily that has you running high in your zone or bumping high or bumping low in your zone. And so understanding this in the realm of how CREM also categorizes trauma is an important element to understand and know. And so when we experience stressful events that may bump us high into our zone, experiencing that anxiety or irritability or hypervigilance, or possibly bumping us low and experiencing the depression, the isolation, or the numbness that has us in those realms. At times, some of the skills we've started to explore of resourcing and grounding may not be accessible. And so it's what I'd like to introduce today that you'll explore in your awareness moments is that when we get stuck in our high or low zone, we actually need help now skills. And these skills allow us to quickly move the nervous system back into the direction of the resilience zone, whether you feel like you're stuck high or stuck low. And the important thing to know about help now skills, there are a variety of them. And so practicing to see what works best for you in what circumstance or what context is extremely important. And so there are a variety of skills ranging from drinking to counting down from numbers, noticing temperatures, to pushing your hands against the wall. So there will be a variety of types that we will explore both today and across the program. And I invite you to lean in and notice what comes up for you as you start to explore today and as you explore your awareness moments. Have fun.